one thing that's important for banks to understand is you can borrow to 2.5%. You need to make an 8 to 10% IRR. You are selling to somebody who most likely is paying a preferred return of 8 to 12% and needs to make a 15 to 20% IRR. You're selling into a market where the IRR requirements are high. One thing we're finding is many of the buyers who bought in the last cycle are the distressed borrowers today. So you do have somewhat of a shuffling of the deck going on where you are seeing people that historically haven't bought real estate or bought real estate debt that are now buying debt. In fact, it was a hedge fund that recently paid the highest price of an FDIC pool. I'll give you a couple of examples of the market. We've got kind of an example of a cash flowing asset and a non-cash flowing asset to kind of drill down on those IRRs. Go to the next slide. This is an example of a retail property. We see this all the time. This is a 10,000 square foot, 10-unit retail strip center, 50% occupied. It's got a Sprint PCS store. It's got a Subway. It's got average to above average retail tenants. In this case, the rents were $21 to $24 a square foot, but the current market was $12 a square foot. And I think what's unique about today's market is in the last cycle we looked at property cash flows and we bought them at a premium. We said, well, the actual NOI is this. We're going to underwrite to a pro forma NOI. In this example, the bank got a brand new appraisal, and the appraiser used an 85% occupancy at $21 a square foot. We're like, how is that going to happen? How are you going to stabilize an asset at $21 and 85% occupancy when you're at 50% and the market's 12? So when you're looking at appraisals, you need to really do a good job on your appraisal review and really put your buy-side hat on. How is a buyer going to look at this asset? It doesn't hurt to talk to people in the market and say, how would you evaluate this deal today? There are very few people who are going to pay a substantial premium above in-place cash flow.